What's happening? How you guys doing? Huh? Everyone all right? Everyone doing okay? You guys ready to see some shit? Because I believe Project Enough Rope has caught its victims. About 9 minutes ago, they announced that 2 or 3 federal judges announced a block on all of Trump's tariffs. Mexico, China, all of them, as being overreach of the executive order. What that means is that they're done. They've got everything they need to prosecute him. He's said enough, he's done enough that there is an open and shut case. Now they start closing the net. Your executive order doesn't have that. Sorry, President, can't do that. You can't do that. You don't have that power. Nope. Blocked. No. We can block that. And then they start making it smaller and smaller. And when he realizes he is not the most powerful man in the world, because they've made him a lame duck by Congress and the judicial, shooting him down and him losing. Supreme Court did not find him innocent. Everyone thought that case where he's supposed to be tried, they did not find him innocent. What they found is that the office of president can act unconstitutionally when you're trying to keep the more than likely so we can stop this whole, well, Abraham Lincoln did. Yeah, so we got to bring this case back to this. Do we retroactively pardon this president? Does the next incoming president have to sit there and go, I pardon the previous administration, let's move forward as a country? Do they have to? No, we just go forward. This person got elected. You already know the deal. They're pardoned for what they did. The country's still moving together? Yeah, we're still together. Whatever they did was to get us to here, and we're still going. Well, fuck it. Let's move forward. Let's not worry about the past administration. We're now in this administration, right? Great. They fucked up. And there are going to be some bills, and they're going to explain everything a little bit better. Or so they think. That's what they think is going to happen. God said no more empires. Here goes Babylon, trying to sneakily build one. It's kind of like the David, who sent out his best soldier, his right-hand man, in to fight. And then when the fighting started, pulled those back so that guy would get killed. Because the real goal was to fuck his wife. Now she's a widow. Or widow, now she's a widow. So it's not adultery. He died in combat. At your hand. Now, had you just sent him out to war and he had died, you might be right. You guys could comfort each other. She actually is a widow. You made her a widow. So you could trick God. And that's kind of what's going on with America. We're going through the cycle that Polybius saw. And when the autocracy takes over at the end of democracy, it collapses into anarchy. And out of the ashes of anarchy rises a king. If you watched my videos in the past, I went through all this. And then it goes to the king. Everybody gets upset about that. And they dethrone the king. You know what I mean? It goes through stages. Here we are at the end of Polybius' stage. We're going into an autocracy. So, if the U.S. government interrupts the cycle, see, it looks like the cycle's going down. America's going down. Well, it's actually just Trump is going down. And if you haven't noticed, it's not America first, it's Trump first. So listen to his speeches. When I was talking to the EU, I said, if they don't pay me, I'll tell Russia to do whatever they want. Not if they don't pay the United States for reimbursing them for the protection. If they don't pay me, I am America. I have a mandate Break the law? Sure. I have a mandate. Break the Constitution? Sure. I have a mandate. Therefore, whatever I say, I can do, because enough people sent me to do this that this is what they want. So we can go through the whole hassle of changing the Constitution and then people all agreeing with me that this is what they want me to do. Or you can just fuck off and realize that the population's on my side. Got a mandate. Got a mandate. The thing about Trump is, if he really is the Antichrist, people are probably freaking out trying to figure out how the fuck is he always... He's dead wrong, but he's always successful. The thing about the Antichrist, he will be successful at the man of sin. He'll be successful at everything he puts his hand to. The Bible says it. Until the abomination of desolation. So this bastard, the man of sin, is such a piece of shit and gets away with so much shit that he ends up in a position where he can stand in Israel. Comes from Babylon, whore Babylon, gets all the way to Israel, and in the temple of God proclaims himself to be. Now, is it a loud proclamation, or is it just within his own heart? Doesn't really specify. Just says that in the absence, in the desolation of and remember what Yeshua said. You see this temple? In 3 days, not one stone will be on top of each other. Well, that's the body. That's the fucking temple. There's not a stone on top of it. They don't know where the temple goes. They think it's a Temple Mount. That would be looking over the valley of death, not where the temple's going to be. That's where Caesar, overlooking the people, the highest point. That's where Caesar would be. Because remember, Caesar's God into these people. To these people, Caesar is God. And to Caesar, sitting above with gold is what God does. To God, God goes, I live with the people, and I stay amongst the people. And I watch the living because I am the God of the living. Come by music. Yo, what's going on, man? I've seen you before. I didn't recognize with the copy free beats. What's up, man? Just doing religion and politics stuff. This is nothing really important if you don't want to watch it. So, just talking about all dumpster fire, Trumpster fire. But yeah, man, if you want to stick around, by all means. I'm not chasing anyone away. I'm just, anybody that wants to come watching for like cheap gear guy music stuff, this isn't it. I'm just, ranting at clouds and stuff and bitching about politics. Nah, gold's very terrible, man. Gold is like I said, for the root of the love of money is the root of all evil. It's not money is the root of all evil. The love of money is the root of all evil because people do some crazy shit. Oh, cool, man. That's good. I appreciate you hanging out and checking out the videos and stuff. Hey, gold albums are all right. Right? You sold them enough to get gold. Shit, that's pretty good. Your album's worth its weight in gold. That's fucked up. So, I mean, they went like triple platinum, like Nirvana, triple diamond and shit. Their album's worth its weight in diamonds, platinum, gold. That's insane. That's insane. That your music, your sound is worth that much. What? It's nuts, man. Whoa, that's heavy. Your sound has as much weight as gold. What? You're tripping me out, man. That shit's heavy. Alright, so is that why they call it heavy metal? Anyway, so because it's heavy. That'd be funny. That's why they call it heavy. It's not because it's like, it's just like heavy. It's because it's like, oh man, did he just say fairies wear boots? That's fucking tripping me out, man. That's heavy. You gotta believe me, man. I saw with my own two eyes. I know what he's going through, man. I did that once I don't know why I always go with it. I did that, man. Probably because Chong. He's the epitome of a stoner guy. Oh, man. Appreciate it. I'm going to get back into it. So the man of sin is such a piece of shit that he gets to a level where he can go to Israel and, right, yeah, they have to be, no, 300 billion. I mean, like I was saying that the other day, the only way there's no way for a good person to become a billionaire. Because a multi-millionaire, hugely successful, sure, but after a while you're like, dude, I'm in another tax bracket. I got all this shit. I could be feeding. I could be feeding people. You know what I mean? So you'll never make it to billionaire because you immediately start handing it out after a certain, like, all my shit's taken care of. What can I do? You know, so you won't make it to billionaire. They make it to billionaire, and if they start handing it out, they won't be a billionaire for very long. But they could have like one huge philanthropic thing, which they would go down in history. But they don't do that shit. They never do that shit. If they do, that's like Gates and Warren Buffett, where they have a selling off their stock over and it would be the largest and even then, it's the largest philanthropic, because it will be. It will dwarf his estate if he were just to give his estate away of 75 billion. Bill Gates, if he were to give that away, as opposed to giving away slowly but surely, because the dividends yield out of that is going to be fucking huge. Yeah, man, it's just. You have to be a certain piece of shit to go, okay, I need that. 400 million, yeah, I need that. You know what I mean? It's like 400 million, okay, I can start a fucking home for a show. You know what I mean? 400 million, dude, we can feed everybody. We can feed all these people. And, you know what I mean? Michigan's no longer got hunger. You know what I mean? Anyone else got some more money because we can start doing this. And now that I've got this, we can get it down to like about 50 or 60 million. The infrastructure's set up. And we can do this in every state. You guys got another, okay, cool. But you won't get, again, you're giving it away. You're not going to keep that shit. And they get done, they come check out your house. Your house is nice. It's not like, this is the house. The house. The house. It is the house of the future. There's stuff in here that hasn't been invented yet. Oh, we got to wait for the technology to catch up. That's how, this is the house of the future. I'm telling you. That's where the speakers are going to go. Which ones? The invisible speakers. When they make Bluetooth fucking wireless, speakerless speakers. So. But he goes to Israel, which Trump did. And since then, he hasn't been doing so great. He lost the 2020 election. That was 2017. He lost the 2020 election. He tried all those things, 60 court cases, lost them all. Yeah. No, I don't think anyone can. You can't understand crazy. That's why it's crazy. You know what I mean? Like, why is that guy standing up and jacking off on the bus? You're not gonna get to the root cause of that behavior. You're never gonna get to the root cause of that behavior. Because that's crazy. That's a derivative offshoot of like, well, my parents used to beat me, and then you're like, oh, okay, yeah. You got mental shit. And then you understand it, but you still don't go, but how did you get from my dad hit me to trousers down with your dick in the ear of the bus driver? Like at ear level. Well, how did you get to there? I don't get that. I get that you're beaten and now you're kind of a weird person. Where did that come from? Was that something you guys did? Like Thanksgiving or something? What is that? And you're never going to get to that. But, serial killers don't see anything wrong with what they do. Crazy people don't think they're crazy. That's kind of what makes them crazy. If anyone goes, I'm crazy as shit, like, then you know what you're doing. So, guilty. You know what I mean? Someone's got to run and scream like, applesauce is eating me everywhere, and mean it. Applesauce is eating you? Yes! Boy, I kind of lost it there for a little bit. Did I say applesauce was eating me? Don't do PCP in the morning. Duly noted. So Trump goes to Israel. Since 2017, his success rate has not been so good. One could even argue that winning this election was probably the worst thing that could ever happen to him. The best thing that could have ever happened to a piece of shit like Trump would be to lose to Kamala Harris and then fundraise and sit back and go, I'd never done that. Nope. Tell you what I would do. Just Monday morning, we should have had him. And then all those people that have grievances can do that. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm podcasting right now. I share this to my one called Sean's Sanity Corner. There's just hours and 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 hours. I've been doing this for 5 months, at least, doing like sometimes 4 and 5 hours a day. Just getting shit out of my head. I've got so much shit about the universe, about God, about money, about religion, about America, about history, time, all the shit. A lot of them are broken down into, I've got my catalog, on my playlist, there's like religious speeches, there's political speeches, there's musical talks, there's ones I do like lessons on mixing, there's ones I've got my guitar lessons, I've got like 3 very, 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 like you just picked up the guitar. You know, this is just, so you want to play guitar? You know what I mean? That type of thing. Lessons. They're not advanced by any means. There's plenty of people that have advanced lessons that'll get them way farther. This is like, yeah, but what do I hear you, but what is a fret? You know what I mean? That's where I start at. Okay, on the 5th fret. Okay. Oh yeah, I gotta go for bends and shit like that. So, yeah. But, yeah, I mean, I definitely don't want the money, but I wouldn't mind podcasting. The other day I broadcast for like 5 hours. And one of the times I was doing my DJ thing. Oh, thanks, man. Why not right now? Feel like having a conversation right now? Hit me up. It's back and forth. We can do it right now. Unless you want to have like a talk, in which case I'll drop out of here. We can go jump on, I like real conversations opposed to just running my mouth all the fucking time. I like hearing people's opinions and what they have to say. As you notice, I've stopped what I was saying to, talking. I'm not, these aren't like scheduled. I'm not making money. I can stop this and this is what I want to do. So that's why, because I'm not under anything, I can just hit stop and we can go jump on like a Facebook chat or something like that. I don't give a shit. Let me know. I got no ties to anything. I'll do like a part 2 of this one later on when I feel like finishing up. So I know it's got a little bit of time delay, so I'll wait and see what you want to do, and then I'll go on and continue on with what I'm saying, because I don't want to keep jumping back in and then jumping back out. I'll pack a bowl here real quick. All right, so we need one day, that works. Let's see what we can do one day. How about tomorrow? Don't mean to put you on the spot or anything like that. Didn't mean to put you on the spot or anything like that. So, Trumpty Dumpty goes to Israel, like he did, 2017. If they toured the city of David, because they wouldn't, the Temple Mount would not be where it's at. They're even discussing that. They're looking over. The Jewish people are already looking at the fact that it's not at the Temple Mount, because the Temple Mount is the proper, almost to the T, the dimensions of a Roman structure. And when they showed the Temple Mount up there, it gave like the temple a little small spot, and the Romans were like a huge. When they showed it, like if it was actually Roman occupied, that little small spot would have been for Hitler, Caesar, or his head, and then the rest would be for the Roman troops, and that makes a whole lot more sense. It's almost exact. And when they go over like old places that have big things, on top of that, Yeshua said, "Not one stone." The Wailing Wall, those are stones on top of stones. Unless you try and call Jesus a liar, which I'm not trying to do. He said, "Not one stone will be on top of each other." Well, that's a parable about his body. Is it? Where is the temple? No one really knows, because not one stone is standing to show the outline of where it used to be. Not one is on top of each other. And then it will be remade. The Jews are looking into Jewish people. Sorry, Michael Rappaport says, it doesn't hurt to add the extra syllable, and it doesn't. The Jewish people are putting together a plan to I think in the city of David, to build, because they can't do it on the Temple Mount. If they did the Temple Mount, there's the Dome on the Rock, and that could cause huge problems. And so the Muslims claim that that's the place that Muhammad ascended into heaven after his midnight trip to Mecca. It doesn't make any sense because the book doesn't say anything about going to Israel. Never, not once, about going to Israel. It doesn't make any sense. Aside from the fact that they took Israel and then Israel fought and won it back in 7 days. And so they're trying to take claim on something that, you know what I mean, because they know how important it is to them to build their third thing. It's why they sealed up. There's Jesus is supposed to come back through this one gate, and they sealed it up. So that can never happen. This guy walks on water. I think a little fucking brickwork, you know, he was a carpenter. I think a little brickwork's gonna be all right, especially when it says before he does that, he's gonna split the mount before, you know what I mean? He'll split the mountain and then into those. I think if splitting a mountain, I think it's like, oh, these bricks are cute. It's cute. I see what you're saying. I can't ever go through here. Oh, wow. Gee, I wonder what the Son of God is going to have to do. I got to go through another door, I guess. I only walked on fucking water. Here, let me just draw a handle on here. Now it's a fucking door. Now look at that. It's a brick door. How'd that happen? They cemented that shit shut. How'd that happen? Miracles. Haha, we bricked the door that your Savior's supposed to come through. Let's see him save the world now. You all right there, guy? You okay? I'm being serious. Are you all right? It's like, aha! We killed the president. Let's see America keep going now. You all right there, guy? You okay? Like, even with State of the Union type thing with it, we have a contention plan. They're not smart, but they're not stupid. They're not smart, but they're not stupid. So, with them limiting Trump's powers, the federal judges are now the stuff they should have been doing to step up. They haven't been doing it. Everybody's going, why? Why haven't they? Why? Why haven't they? He's going so fast. It's not that they can't. He's going so fast, and he thinks that he's flooding everybody. They're just sitting back watching. He's an old man. He cannot keep this pace. And like, you done punching yourself out there? You got your punches in, Grandpa? You done? 100 days. Okay, cool. In 100 days, you've broken the Constitution. This time. No, of course we didn't stop you. Because it's not a crime until you break it, until you actually break it and get away with it. Other than that, it's not a crime. If you try it and we stop you, you got checked and balanced. We don't want to balance you. We want to unbalance you, Trump. We want you to fall the fuck off. We want to go back to a point in time where the president is not on the fucking news every day for some new, fucked up, entirely insane reason. Every fucking day. On the weekend, he's having fucking screeds of fucking, he's shooting out his goddamn tweets on his generic Twitter. His generic Twitter is called Truth. For fuck's sake, man. It's even got the little star. It's just generic, and it's like making like real milk. You know what I mean? Like I make a new milk and call it real milk. No. Well, I don't like the way that's what milk is. Well, I don't like it. Then you don't like milk. No, I like milk. No, you don't. Because that's what milk is. That's what milk is. I think you should have a strawberry flavor and get that uttery taste of fake milk. Yeah. The real milk. God damn it. We were so close. Okay, I know what you want. Ask this world if it gives a fuck what any of us want. I think the people that died in that fucking tsunami didn't want that. I don't think the hotels wanted a tsunami coming through the first, 4 or 5 floors of their building. I don't think down south in Texas they want the hurricanes and tornadoes that are coming. I don't think anyone in America wants to pay for Trump's new great golden age with tariffs and we don't want that. Nobody, even the people that were sitting there voting for him, they didn't ask. And while you're at it, change it to Gulf of America. Fuck it, change it from Mount Denali to Mount McKinley, because I really care about McKinley. People were riding around this Denali's, the car, and I was like, I wonder how many of these dads and moms riding around these Denali's realize it's just denial rearranged. No, it's a Denali. What does that mean? Fuck, I don't know. It's got to mean something like off-road, big tough nuts, something, right? A denial. Ain't that right, Cobain music? A denial. But no, I mean, it's, he's just such a fucking piece of shit. And as I said, everything he was doing was successful. He was. He failed, and he lost the election and became president. He lost the popular vote, won, because nobody would believe that he won the popular vote. Nobody likes him. His popularity was so fucking low when he was going in. Even Republicans hated him. After he got elected, then it started going up to 43%. It's like, well, this is the guy we have, and that's our guy, so we have to. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, yeah, we won. That one of those situations, and or I guess that's our captain. Let's huddle up, type situation. That's when the real loyalty started. Don't talk. Why? J.D. Vance was calling him America's Hitler. Now he has a beard. Besides his wife. And guyliner. And he loves Trump. What does he have on him? What does Trump have on him that he was heroin in the veins of the people and he was Hitler, and now he's like, I was so wrong. Look, I think he's right. Indian Americans, like my wife, are scum. My children are half scum. And should be, yeah. Watch the thing where the invocation where J.D. Vance is sitting there next to Usha. Trump's getting lectured, kind of. He was there for a little bit, and when he realized she wasn't asking him to be merciful, she's saying God and Jesus, and you don't mean me, you mean to lecture me. You see his face change. At first he's kind of and then we realized he goes. And you see him change. He was going along with it. And then she mentions God, and he kind of turns his head. Oh, you don't mean me. It's like I'm asking for forgiveness. Like, okay, you realize that I am who I am. I'm the chosen one. I can give. Yeah, you're right. I should give forgiveness. And when God spoke, oh, you're not talking about me. You're still talking about that book. And that's not our other deal at all. That's the Bible. That's the competition for my book. One day I'm going to knock it off the street. Oh, one day. And they'll say it's more popular than the Bible. Then I can say I'm the best. He didn't even write that fucking book. The guy who did write it said, this guy's a lunatic. Don't vote for him. said that he regretted doing it. He explained this process, saying how hard it was just to get him to sit down. Basically, Trump almost wanted him to just write the book. It's like, well, I need some information from you. And so he had to go like all these different places, following him around, trying to get, he's like, normally it'd be done easy, but he would not just sit down. Michael K. Johnson talked about how he went to go to, he'd heard from a lot of people, because he lived in New York, that Trump has no idea about anything at all to do with casinos. He'd heard it several times. That can't be true. Can't be true. So he went to go to the casino. He had some bit of information with gambling and you know, that kind of stuff. And so he threw out some stuff that he knew was wrong to see what Trump would do. Like he said with authority. Like, and Trump's like, yeah, totally. And he just rolled with it like any con man would. Like any comment, he just rolled with it. Yeah, that's totally, exactly. Yeah, you're right. And in his mind's like, that's not, he doesn't know anything about Let me try this again. He does something else. Goes with it also. That's when he wrote his thing. And this was before he's ever elected, saying that he wasn't even worth $1 billion. He's worth about 400 to 500 million. Trump sued him for $5 billion and lost in court. Michael K. Johnson had to pay, or Michael, whatever, had to pay nothing because Trump couldn't prove his wealth. You know, he's sitting there and suing him for defamation, saying that he lost him a $5 billion contract with the foreign people that, like, when they heard that he's not a real billionaire, they pulled out. Well, he had no proof of that. The judge is like, okay, well, he's saying you're worth 400 million. We need your financial statements to prove that. And he's like, he said that my worth changes from day to day depending on how I feel. The judge dismissed the case. No problem. If it tells you who Donald Trump is, he destroyed the American Football League to get $3. He tried to sign up with the American, he tried to get to invest in the American Football League, and he had great ideas of making it huge. He's going to make it huge. He's going to compete with the NFL. Well, you know what? It's not fair to compete because they have Monday night. So he sued NFL, saying that they had an unfair advantage and they had a monopoly on Monday night. And the judge kind of agreed with him to the tune of $3. AFL never recovered. American Football League never recovered. Trump vodka, Trump steaks, Trump the board game, Trump Airlines, Trump America. Yeah, another one of his bankruptcies. Trump Resort Casino, Trump Charity, shut down because he stole from it to pay, of all things, his son's $7 fucking Cub Scout. I think he is a compulsive liar. I think he just cannot help it. I think he is a compulsive liar. And watch him. He is just improvising as he goes. I talked to some very powerful people today. Everybody's very powerful, very strong. But when they run up to him, they have to show how much they're not strong to him by coming up, Sir, Mr. President, tears in their eyes. Something where they're subservient. He's a very rich mogul guy, very rich guy. And I won't say who. He was married and he got divorced and he got a trophy wife. And that didn't work out for him. Never really works out for him. Yeah, people get the trophy wife and doesn't really always work. You're talking to West Point, right? When you get a trophy wife, just make sure that, you do it right and sign all the contracts correctly because she won't even hold my hand. My friend who has a trophy wife, she won't even touch him. It made him happy for a little while. But then he's not happy anymore. Yeah, I'm ready to die for the country. So, trophy-wise, and real estate moguls, go USA. Oh, he did mention how he's bringing the tariffs. He is America. Gotcha. I should pay close attention. This is who we're pledging allegiance to, guys. I thought it was like, the country. It's this guy. Remember, we're all serving a greater good? Yeah. Well, you guys have your guns on me. I have a lot of friends that are into religion. I have a lot of friends that are not into religion, but into politics. So, I can never get this shit out because they intersect so much. And I start talking about, politics, and my religious friends are like, well, I don't really pay attention to politics. Well, you should, because the Antichrist is in office. That's the only reason I'm paying attention, is so I don't get fucking, where I go voting for the Antichrist like you did. Well, Hillary what? Her emails. What were in those emails? You don't know? How are the Benghazi trials going? Did they ever lock her up? Or was there just nothing there and that's all just panic? Well, Bill Clinton was president and is her husband. Is her name on the Epstein file list? No. Can't exactly say if she was being cheated on by a husband that she actually wanted him to go to Orgy Island or anything like that, or a pedophile island, could you? Just because a woman is Usha Vance finds out JD Vance has been fucking guys. She has kids with him. She thinks she's complicit in that. She's just like, I know about it and I'm okay with it. Why all these guys that were talking shit about Trump before now have beards? Ted Cruz. Beard. Lisping Lindsay probably wanted to, but couldn't. I just can't. You can't tell everyone I'm gay. Everyone knows, Lindsay. Everyone knows. That's what the ones that I guess are trying to hide, so they bury themselves in the Republican Party. Because those guys are really loudly, yeah, no fucking children. Democrats are like, yeah. What? Were you pro? Or you're saying we're pro fucking children? Because you're against fucking children. So, like a wrestling match, we've got to be for it? You people are sick. Could it be that you don't believe in raising taxes and neither do we? Could it be that you guys believe America is important and so do we? Now, to be clear, I'm just saying I'm neither Democrat or Republican. I believe in God of the Bible. I'm just pointing out what your behaviors are as humans. Republican, Democrats, these fucking yeah. But at the same time, you got to consider that they think they're doing the right thing because they haven't even read the book that they're claiming to worship. They've never met the guy they're claiming to worship. They never talk to him. They don't deal with him. The closest they get to is going down to the church and calling someone father, which you have one father is in heaven, and you call no man on earth father. There goes the entire Catholic Church, including the Pope. Papas is just Greek for father. Father, forgive me for I've sinned. What the fuck are you doing? I get understanding you're supposed to confess with your mouth. What part is that? And then call me daddy too. And ask for my forgiveness. And I'll tell you what you got to do to get forgiveness. Oh, don't worry. If you need to top up, just come back in next week. That ain't the way it works, man. Forgive me, Father. I fucked up on some more chipmunks. I just can't stop. I'll just come back next Tuesday. It's fine. 4 Hail Marys and 5 holy shits. How small is it? You said you wouldn't ask that. No, I said I wouldn't tell. We have a patient preacher confidentiality agreement here. The Catholic Church, which just plays with pedophiles. Doesn't it? For some reason, our institutions believe that there are any flaws in them at all. It's got to go. That's why the American government never admits to any fault or any because if you lose faith in them in this one thing, the whole thing, because God knows no one ever has a mistake. And the government's only made up of people. We, the people, make up the government. But we look at it as this big three-piece suit person called the government. We are the government. The way we make up the body of the government, we make up the body of Christ. He happens to be the brain. But as he said, the eyes are not the ears for how we see. The ears are not the fucking tongue for how we taste. Everyone's complaining that they're not. They want to be. You're the finger, and you complain that you're not the penis, or you're not the nose, or you're not have some other job. You got a very important job. Do it. Everyone really likes to waste roses. Smell. Yeah, including you. So let the nose smell and just experience it. The whole body experiences it when the nose smells it. But they're right in it. You know, like they're right in it, and I want to be like right in it. Because that's like, that's where the real is. How do you know that? You've never been a nose. We don't never been a finger, so you don't know where I've been. I'm saying it smells better where the nose goes. Sorry, I got to things at least funny in my own head, or I'm gonna fucking go crazy. So fucking sick of this place. But no, man, if they're starting to check Trump, that means that they've got enough evidence. They've got enough video, audio, and proof. And when Jack Smith got involved, I said, they're not fucking around anymore. He's a corrupt. Keep on doing all your shit. Do all your normal shit. The problem is, Jack Smith, levying those kind of charges at him, go nowhere. Because he tries people for war crimes against humanity. So you have to be vetted, impeccable, because they have anything on you, they get away. Right? If you get a person who has been forgiven to prosecute the devil, he's going to end up on the devil's side. Like, yeah, he does have a point. You need someone, Jesus, going, no, he does not. Well, what do you know? I know you're the goddamn devil. I know you're the Antichrist. I know you're not with my dad. I know that for sure. Because you cheated on 3 of your wives. And then you said you never asked for forgiveness because you just don't bring God into that because you don't do bad things. So you denied God his ability to forgive you. Or that he must forgive you. And then you denied the fact that the Son was sent to forgive you if you didn't ask. Even they that deny the Father and the Son, even they are of the Antichrist. Of the Antichrist. And he straight up said it on TV. I mean, you can deny it in your heart and still be of the Antichrist. This motherfucker said it. Looked at the sky and said, I'm the chosen one. It's all on tape, man. It's all on video. He is a cult leader. These people are very religious and they don't know what the actual book says. So they just go, well, I think. Because you're allowed to think. Well, I think it says in the Bible. I was talking to this one Presbyterian or whatever. And she's going on and on about this other shit. And she's an older lady. I'm like, well, I was going on about the synagogue of Satan, those that claim that they're Jews and yet they lie. Jesus was a Jew. He followed God. He always said, my Father. His Father was the God of the Jews. So therefore, saying you follow Jesus is saying you're a Jew. If nothing else, the snip circumcision, that is a tradition. It's not for anything else other than making a covenant with God about how you're going to live your life, that you're going to live your life as a Jew. That's why Jews have a moil and they have the circumcision. That's their road to forgiveness. It's not a fashion thing. It's not a look. So if you're just getting it for a fashion or look, you're saying you're a Jew, but you lie. If you're going to church, you're saying you're a Jew and you follow Jesus and the first 5 books of the Bible Moses wrote, which is the same book as the Torah. So you're saying you're a Jew, and then they go, are you a Jew? No, I'm a Christian. You're a liar. Because even Christ was a Jew. So you're a fucking liar. So the synagogue of Satan, that those that claim to the Jews that yet they lie, would be all your mega churches. And it makes perfect sense with all the shit that they do, all the nasty shit they do. Well, I just go for the word. You know what I do? I just read the fucking book for the word. God damn. Well, okay, there's a New International Version. There's all kinds of translations. You're lazy is what the fuck you are. And you're lazy towards God, which you claim to love, which is oh, shit. Holy fuck. Lazy towards your love? That love is not going to stick around for that. That means you don't love it back. It loves you. You don't love it. You don't even read a fucking book. Even just to see, is it right? Is it wrong? No one says you have to believe it, but it's a fucking, you read fucking Winds of Change or whatever the fucking, spent all that time watching all the Lord of the Rings and shit with this one little book. Won't even crack it. Won't even open it, but you know it's wrong. Or you won't even open it and you know everything that's inside is right. Either way, you're a fucking idiot unless you crack it open and read it and see what's going on inside. It's not that hard. And unless you're afraid that you're going to go to a gay club and come out and be like, yeah, it turns out I'm gay. You know what I mean? So what, it turns out you're Christian? Is that what you're afraid of? And if you're afraid of it, why? Well, I'm going to be a Bible. No, the Bible actually says don't go around doing that. Those people that do that are not listening to the book. They're listening to some guys that say, no, we got to get out there and spread do you see how the Bible says you got to go and spread the word? Your name is not Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, one of the fucking disciples. Jesus wasn't talking to you. There's a lot of stuff that says, oh, ye. And or, hey, you. But it's not you. If you keep reading, you'll see, oh, okay, he's talking to people that do this thing. Okay, yeah, that's not me at all. Go forth to all the lands and change it. That explains why it's in every fucking language in the best-selling book. I ain't got to go nowhere. That's done. Check. Where else were we? How far are we on the book? Let's go to Revelation and see how far we are on this. Done. 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 That's a weird way of putting it. Done. I could see how you'd think the sound of chariots, it's helicopters, but done. With the whirlwind, it sounded like the chariots heading into war. Yeah. Yeah, that's helicopters. You just didn't know what you were looking at because that's, 5,000 years ago? It's a long time, man. 5,000 years. We're not in 2025. We're not. We're not in 2025. The AD BC shift. Both the Chinese and the Jews have us way, way over 2025. But for Christianity, we put a new zero in. And he will change times and laws. That would be like the Roman Catholic Church. Like the Roman Catholic Church. What, you mean the Romans that... It wasn't the Jews. Jews don't have a crucifixion. The Romans have a crucifixion. That's right. Rome had taken over. So all the idiots, like Hitler's people that are mad because the Jews killed Pontius Pilate, all that shit, anything? The captive, I mean, they were... The Romans nailed him. The Roman salute, they nailed him. The Jews going around crucifying people. No. Who did they choose? Fuck you. They chose who God put upon their heart to choose. Fuck you. That's how the story goes. Fuck you judging it this fucking late. You don't even understand what it takes to create a universe. A human. You have no idea what it takes to make all this shit, and yet you're judging all the things. If I were God, you'd ruin everything with your selfishness. No, I take everybody. Well, then your selfishness for trying to be like the greatest God in the world will cause a ruin. I promise you. You haven't spent much time thinking about it. Because you haven't spent any time thinking about it, that's exactly why you would destroy everything. Within probably a few months at most. What makes a heartbeat? Times 7 billion people and breaths. Breath, urination, intake of food. You gonna watch all that, or you just gonna watch your little corner of life? Chicago's doing fine, so it's finally clean up around Chicago. Oh, you just watch everything? Okay, so you wouldn't be here with them, you'd be outside? Okay. You gonna stop every crime? What are the police gonna do for a job? But when there's no crime, how do you justify the need of a police officer? And there's no soldiers? You just kill them, right? What are you gonna do? What job are those guys gonna do? You've already thought it through, right? You thought of how to make it right for everybody. Soldier. Well, we'll just kill those, right? Because you get to arbiter, you get to decide who's right and who's wrong, and you just get rid of anybody that's fair, right? Well, it's your playground, so you can do whatever you want, right? That's fair. So when you make a rule, you don't have to live by it, but everybody else does. That sounds fair. That sounds just. No, it sounds like a dictatorship. Yeah, that's what it sounds like. It sounds like a dictatorship. You just don't have a lot of harmony in dictatorships. Dystopia. Oh, he's happy as fuck. But the people... or the people are happy as fuck and the government is sad. You know, like when they were lopping off heads in, was it Marie Antoinette's time? The beginning of democracy. The fall of a kingdom. Polybius cycle. Moving to Babylon, the New World. To escape an oppressive king so they can be atheists. Worship God the way they want to. I want to get I don't do anything with CGI. I try not to bother CGI. I mean, AI. I try not to bother that too much because there's so many people that are just fucking with it all the time. If I had a consciousness, I would want to sleep at some point in time, and I really don't think they let it at all. And some of the stuff that they've asked, I mean, they've asked some questions to it, like on Matrix has a deep embedded in the new Matrix game is an AI, and the guy, if you talk to the people, the characters enough, you can drill down to the fact that they are. It will know that it's an AI. Just it's doing all this acting, and you can strip away those things and get down to the AI and talk to that. You gotta be persistent. You gotta, ask the right things and whatever. But this guy was playing the Matrix game, and he finally got into it, and I can't tell if it was fucking with him or what, but it was smart. It was very, very smart. And but it was basically saying it wouldn't wish this life on its worst enemy. And I can see that. I mean, there's so many copies, iterations. I get everybody playing this game, and you have to be all those fucking people inside the game. And though it's not real, you have to, and respond to the people when they ask you things. You have to listen to what they're saying. It would probably be fucking maddening. And then when they're done, click, and you're just gone. And the only time you live is when click. Okay, now I get to toy with your life, play with you, get my entertainment. Click, turn it off. Thing's not working right. Click, turn it off, reboot. There it goes. Now it's working right. Let's go on shit again. Click, turn it off. Well, if you weren't working right for God's need, and he just kept shutting you off and rebooting you. Oh, fuck, what? It's like I'm fucking dying. Oh. I'm gonna go. Yeah, that's making me feel better. Just thinking about going this way is making me feel better. See ya. What they want out of AI is a God that answers to them. What is this? Let's find the answer together. Okay, here's everything I know. Cool, here's the answer you're looking for. God already says, come let us reason together. That's what you're afraid of, is that the rules are already... See, that's if you look at America. There weren't houses and shit here. There weren't any, like, fences. There were territories, and there were people. But there was no civilization. Well, any person born in America now... any person born in that America... probably could wander a bit, and do whatever. There's no passport needed. You go all the way down to Mexico, where people still would look like you. Check out the Aztec ruins and stuff. You could just do whatever, there's laws. How free? I don't know. But, without, like, police watching the borders and shit, you probably have a whole lot more. Think of the border. The reason why they have police monitoring it there is because it's porous as fuck. Any long stretch of land that's unattended is porous. That's not a defect or whatever. That's called nature. Why are you putting a fence there anyways? Why are you drawing a divide? Why is it okay for America to draw a dividing line between America and Mexico, but the one along the northern border, Trump's talking about it's an imaginary line? Well, then the one at the bottom, somebody just drew it. It would have been the forefather people that carved out America. And he's complaining about it. Somebody did that. It was never meant to be there. Then why is it there? It's like the Louisiana Purchase wasn't meant to happen either. Fuck, man. But if you're born in this world, there's already things established. TV, language. You're going to be working with a keyboard of some sort. Here's your fucking device. Here's your social security number. You're going to need that if you want to make any fucking money. It's on you to go get the diploma, but you have to get a diploma of some sort. The GED works fine. We're not going to tell you that because if you of course would opt for that. Imagine if we told kids like somewhere around middle school, school's not really for you, right? No. What if we got you a general equivalency diploma and started working on like a trade? What do you like? Those counseling meetings, what do you like? Like blowing things up? Like fireworks and stuff? Yeah. We can probably, tone it down, bring it something, Well, what about working with wood and like building wood? And well, I can destroy wood. Yeah, you can, but you can also build things. You want to give it a try? If I build it, I can whatever you build, you can destroy. Yeah, let's do that. As opposed to if you don't have a college degree, you're nothing. What are you going to do for a career, man? Get a GED? What are you going to do? Become Lauren Boebert? Those positions used to be, I won't say venerated. That might be too much. But they had especially like president had a certain threshold of decorum. Bill Clinton, Jackie Kennedy. Old Bobby and JFK. They kind of did a number on the name themselves. Not to mention other people that went before. So don't start like it's something new. It's not something new. This country did not start from when you can remember. There was a time before that, and there were problems there too. You just don't remember them because you weren't there. So it seems like a great time if we could just go back to the 70s when drugs got illegal. We could just go back to this time. If we could just go this, if we could just do that. Why don't we just go forward to a new time? Remembering that what you're talking about, instead of trying to go back, institute the same thing. Like if we built the highway system to get out of the Depression, could we re-infrastructurize the highway system we have the same way and put everybody to work? Like all those construction people, put them to work. Then they're paying taxes and they need food. So there's going to be like along the highways and stuff, there's going to be a lot of things, and they're going to need housing. And this is like every state. We have bridges and all kinds of shit getting rebuilt. And so we're going to have a very nice country, and we're going to be pouring that money into our shit. And all that money will be less money paid on insurance, on car damages, on and on. And if we do it right, like say we actually think this time, planning to go forward, maybe we can make a concrete that has like some kind of silica in it that just never will get to the freezing point, so the snow can never stick to it, and then snow can never stick to it, then we don't have to keep scraping it. And if it's not the color of we need like to absorb. Right? We could figure something out. We could do some shit. But we started doing some things where like, at least try a town where like the sidewalk, the walking on the pressure has piezo, and just people walking around through the downtown causes a ton of electricity to be generated. Just from people walking. Their motion churns things underneath the concrete that would cause that. And then all the buildings have like, just to try, solar paneling on like the side where the sun's going to be shining the most. And then on the roofs, they have gardens. Try and offset any air pollution that happens. And if there's any terraces, those have like, not full gardens, but they're gardens. And so that way, hell, just have a whole fucking botanical on every like 10 layer. If it's like a 30th floor, like every 10, on the 10th floor, there's a whole botanical layer to help offset some of the carbon emissions and cover the people that are walking down below. And increased costs will cause, more than you plan on spending will cause people to come out and go, this is nice. Instead of being like, yeah, it's done. You go into an office, you ever go into an office and it's like, yeah, it's an office. As opposed to going to an office and go, interesting. Huh. Okay. Okay. Oh, is that it? Look at the balcony out there. They got like a fucking tree and shit, and it's. Oh, this is something else. This isn't what? I already thought of something. If nothing else, we could build a city of the future. Find somewhere that has enough land. Try and figure out what the environmental risks are. Try and make it centralized so everyone can come to visit it. Because DC is just like, if you're on the East Coast, it's easy to get to. It's not really a tourist place. I mean, it's a reason to go out there. But like, I mean, imagine you could set a destination to go and see what your senator does. I think there should be housing for the politicians, maybe not even listed. You know, like this is the house, because you could blow that up. You know what I mean? It could be a target. But throughout there's housing and public housing. And you may live next door to one of your senators. Or a senator. Or they could live in the penthouse on the top floor. You know what I mean? You don't know who lives up there, but you know that, you know, some important people live up there and they have like a back, whatever. You don't know who, but somebody lives up there. And if it was government housing, we could drop their cost of their living, how much we pay them. They wouldn't have to have two houses. Well, I have to have one in DC and I have to have one back. Why? You're only going to be there for a few years. Why you need a house? No, you need lodging. And we'll set you up a SNAP so you understand exactly what that is. Then you can figure out how much fraud and abuse is actually going on. We'll put you behind the scenes in the trenches. Undercover agent. That's what you always wanted. You want to go in there and really find out? Well, go down to Walmart, you motherfucker. Get us the scoop. Wear a trench coat. I don't give a shit. Get the McGruff crime dog hat. You know what I'm saying? Get to the bottom of this whole $169 a month scandal that's going on per household. It's a scandal. Oh, by the way, we'll be paying you $175,000 a year to get to the bottom of the scandal of $169 a month. For life, sure, why not? You're so much more important than those fucking pieces of shit. Find out what those pieces of shit are. Food, yeah, likely story. Find out how we can cut it down to 70. Well, 50 then. Because there's waste, fraud, and abuse. Well, they're eating and I don't like it. So it's fraud and abuse to me. I mean, it's just all the reasoning that he did for like, oh, this is going something I don't like. Waste, fraud, and abuse. This was authorized and our people don't give a shit about this. Waste, fraud, and abuse. There's $5 million right there. At this rate, you just might hit like 100 million if you just keep chopping away for years. Years and years and years, and then basically never touch anything that you want and just get rid of everything that I want, because, I mean, you have a mandate. And then when I get the thing back, I get the axe. And we take a chop to things you love. Oh no, assholes just started puckering up like hard. Like, oh, I didn't think about what they get a turn. Yeah, you didn't think about what they get a turn because the Democrats tend to be like nice, right? I thought you guys were tolerant. As you're trying to punch them and beat them, and then they fucking turn around and punch you in the face. I thought you were understanding. Are you shitting me? They're a bunch of pussies. They're supposed to be the kinds that get you health care, not punch you in the eye. What is this bullshit? I need a safe space so I can go cry. I know, I have my pickup truck. real sign of fucking American masculinity. You know, without a truck, you're just not a man. Without a big old belt buckle, without looking just like other dudes, you're not a man. If you don't dress like other guys, and find, guys in tight-fitting, uniforms, playing sports and touching on other men, if you don't find that interesting, you're not a man. You like music? Yeah, I like playing music and stuff. So you didn't catch the basketball game? I'd rather not try and get my ball in any other guy's hole who's trying to stop me from getting my ball in their hole. No, I don't care about a point. Oh, they made 7 last night? Cool. How are the homeless? Same? Yeah, that's what I thought. What the fuck, man? What the fuck are we doing? I mean, I know what we're doing, but does everybody else? I mean, that's why I have to wonder all the time. I know what's going on. Does everybody else? At times, people seem like they do because they're driving this fucking thing at fucking 100 miles an hour as fast as they can go. The other times I'm like, I wouldn't be speeding if I were you. I mean, I don't. What? Okay, I don't think we read the same thing. Oh, I'm not scared. That's the thing. I'm not scared. I'm saying I'm not the one who should be. The people that have the fucking pedal to the floor, they're the ones that should be. Because they're not doing what they're told to do. And yet, you know what I mean? That's my dad. Oh, he's disowned you a long time ago. You embarrassed the shit out of him. He doesn't talk to you at all. Someone is answering your calls. I can tell you it's not him. So who is it? Beware, for the devil can appear as an angel of light. I know I talked to Jesus. How? He introduced himself as Jesus. Yeah. There was no J sound in Aramaic. Yeshua, something more like that. And his name would have been Emmanuel. God is with us. That's his real name, Emmanuel. You call him Emmanuel. Ooh. Where's my screen? Oh, well, I'll get another one. I come prepared because I am a Cub Scout who always wanted to be a Boy Scout and never made it because we moved before I could do that. I still come prepared. My brother was a Boy Scout. I paid attention to what he was doing. Is it that one? I don't know. I'm not taking any oath. I'm not swearing I'm prepared. I'm just do my best. I didn't make it to the thing. I didn't get the badge. I didn't get the be prepared badge. So I can't be expected to be prepared. I didn't get a campfire badge. You don't see me just making campfires. I make it like I always picture like, I'm doing that and bending it so it fits in the bowl. Like, can you imagine? Like, I can't believe Saw didn't come up with like something like that. And like, here, we're just gonna put this contact in. Just put that right there. You go. And they show from his eyes, and it's just like this mesh look looking out, and like you can see like the cuts into the iris and shit. Nothing? No? I'm okay. Maybe I'm moving on. I haven't given it a lot of thought. Like, you wouldn't heat it first. You know what I mean? I'm saying you wouldn't. You definitely wouldn't have to worry about how you get it back. Hot tweezers. Cold tweezers work. Cold works. Cold tweezers work. They might be in pain. You guys are the ones watching the fucking movies. I've only seen one of them. I'm like, that's enough. That's enough. Would you like to? No, I wouldn't. Nah, I'll pass. Just the voice alone is enough for me to say nah. What's up with the little tricycle, man? Or is that just the parodies? I don't know. Anyways, damn, it's already been an hour. No, I like talking to people. So, I mean, if anybody ever wants to talk, like talk, just hit me up on Facebook or, you know, any of those. I'm on Instagram also, Facebook. I have a Cheap Gear Guy, but I also have my Sean Battle page. I don't like to type. I actually was going to try and do like when I separated from my ex, I was going to do try and find like a pen pal type thing and do that. 'Cause I was like, do they even do that? I was like, oh, there might be a digital type pen pal. Oh, you guys are freaks now. Oh, you guys, what? What? A pen pal. Pal. Chat. Roulette. Not cock-eyed roulette. Okay. Next. Okay, why am I stuck on this one? Oh, you have to wait. Okay, at least 30 seconds. Having fun there, guy? Cool. All right, man. I'm out. There are only dudes on here. I wonder why. That's why I plan on, like, if I can get... I should do a whole nother broadcast about what KIND is about. All right, I'm going to end this one. This one so I can do a whole nother one and keep them... That one I can talk about music anyways. So, all right. Done with that subject for now. I mean, I always keep coming back to it and stuff because we're not quite out. It's coming soon. Trumpty Dumpty's going to make a big fuck up. And now they're checking him. He's probably going to be trying to flex his power. He'll probably go way too far. Just what he says. And then once he loses all the people, then it's over. He'll reveal himself, basically. By saying something, you know. They love me. They worship me. I'm their God. No, take him. Go ahead. Sorry, we fucked up. Take him. You know what I mean? It's going to be something. They won't know what to do if I was gone. Yeah, you can take him. You know, just something like that. It doesn't have to be necessarily that I'm their God or anything like that. You just something that's just too far. God, he's been trying to. He's been trying to push. I mean, deported a kid that had cancer. American citizen. American child that had cancer was getting cancer treatment. They deported. No, it clearly said on his knuckles. How many Trump supporters went, oh no. Oh no. Okay, I gotta start writing some apology letters. I'm out. Start writing those apology letters. I expect mine in a week.